February 7, 1961, the Federal Ministry of Defense decided to establish the Industrieanlagenbetriebsgesellschaft mbH, IABG. The background to this was the government's and the German aviation industry's demand to be able to resort to testing facilities in the development phase of aircraft, independent of manufacturers. The federal government and the former Federal Minister of Defense, Franz Josef Strauss, accelerated the development of a German aviation industry. The first essential IABG facilities were the strength and reliability testing departments, as well as the data processing center hosting large computer systems. In 1963, IABG commenced the first load tests at the vertical takeoff aircraft VJ-101. This was one of the most important projects in the company's initial phase. Aircraft tests at Dornier's DO 31, Fiat G91, and Alpha Jet soon followed. From 1965 to 1973, IABG carried out fatigue tests at the combat aircraft Starfighter F-104G. With the commencement of operation of the Space Simulation Chamber in 1969, testing possibilities were extended. In 1971, fatigue testing at the first Airbus aircraft Type A300 has initiated a cooperation with the client Airbus, which is still continuing. In 1973, the Space Division was enhanced by a magnetic field simulation facility, which is unique in Europe. With this step, the required conditions for the implementation of extensive test campaigns were created. The satellites Azur, Dial, Helios, and Hios were subjected to numerous qualification tests in IABG's Space Test Center. In 1976, IABG was contracted by the Federal Ministry for Research and Technology to take over the roller test stand in Freimann near Munich. The roller test stand, which was suited to simulate speeds of up to 500 kilometers per hour, was designed to systematically research the limits of the wheel and track technology. In 1979, after completion of a 2-year construction phase, the new altitude climatic chamber with an integrated vehicle roller test stand was put into operation. The chamber simulates altitudes of up to 4,000 meters and the environmental conditions of every climatic zone. Life cycle testing at Tornado commenced in 1981. However, the late availability of the Eurofighter required qualification tests with regard to service life extension, some of which are still continuing. In 1985, IABG took over the operation of the Maglev train testing facility Emsland. In 1986, IABG celebrated its 25th anniversary. On this occasion, the Minister-President of Bavaria at the time, Franz Josef Strauss, stressed in his speech, "The company, which formerly depended on public subsidies, has turned into an enterprise that bears its own costs. IABG has proven itself on the market and is today able to independently cover its operating expenses via contracts." After the German reunification in 1991, the fast development of the division Environment commenced with the management of the WGT project. In the context of this large-scale project, the contaminated properties formerly used by the Western Group of the Soviet Armed Forces in Eastern Germany, WGT, were comprehensively evaluated to prepare the subsequent remediation of contaminated sites.
So können mit Hilfe eines Spezialhubschraubers verdächtige Gebiete überflogen und analysiert werden.
Doch zunächst zeigt der
But first, the Transrapid 07 demonstrates its worth. On June 17, 1993, the vehicle manages to achieve a top speed of 450 kilometers per hour on the test track in normal operating conditions. a new speed record for maglev trains. Among the aircraft qualified concerning structural integrity at IABG test facilities is also the Eurofighter. With the division Infocom, IABG offers services in the areas of information technology and communication to its customers. The teleport sector, for example, provides secure communication solutions via satellite for services such as internet, voice, data, and image transmission, as well as the operational support of IT systems on a worldwide basis. In the new millennium, IABG succeeded in acquiring new large-scale contracts, such as the Airbus A340-600 life cycle tests. Since 2001, about 40,000 flights have been simulated in Dresden on a 24/7 basis. In its space sector, IABG initiated rocket engine tests of an extended version of the launch vehicle Ariane 5. It was designed to enable Europeans to transport satellites in pairs. In IABG's Space Test Center, also Ariane Vulcan rocket engine tests were carried out. In 2005, the life cycle tests at the new wide-bodied Airbus A380 began. Due to the vast dimensions of the world's biggest commercial aircraft, a new test hangar was constructed in Dresden. During the test, the entire airframe was qualified for a service life of about 25 years. In spring 2006, the IABG Technology Center was inaugurated by the Bavarian Minister-President Edmund Stoiber. The building houses extensive simulation and test environments for IT systems, as well as modern conference center. 2007, the cylinder head test stand, a state-of-the-art and in this form unique test stand, was commissioned. In the area of testing and simulation, the automotive division has turned into a comprehensive partner of the car industry. In 2009, IABG commences fatigue testings at the military cargo aircraft Airbus A400M. For this purpose, the company had built another test hangar at the Dresden airport. IABG carries out the fatigue tests required for approval for all newly developed Airbus aircraft. 2011. A recently installed flight simulator with a high-resolution display and landscape imaging is used for the analysis of the technical capability of airborne weapon systems, such as the Eurofighter in connection with all subsystems. Therewith, two pilots can interact via interlinked systems. With regard to today's business segments, IABG's 50-year history is characterized by a great measure of continuity, the use of existing synergies, as well as by many innovations. Committed and highly qualified employees are another precondition for the development of new products and services, and thus for the successful future of the company IABG.